Hello, thank you for joining with me. We are in the Manual for Teachers, section 16. How should the teacher of God spend his day? And today we are reading paragraphs 9, 10, and I believe 11. Yes, okay. The avoidance of magic is the avoidance of temptation, for all temptation is nothing more than the attempt to substitute another will for God's. These attempts may indeed seem frightening, yet they are merely pathetic. They can have no effects, neither good nor bad, neither rewarding nor demanding sacrifice, healing nor destructive, quieting nor fearful. When all magic is recognized as merely nothing, the teacher of God has reached the most advanced state. All intermediate lessons will but lead to this and bring this goal nearer to recognition. For magic of any kind in all its forms simply does nothing. Its powerlessness is the reason it can so easily be escaped. What has no effects can hardly terrify. Footnote 125. As the first lines of this paragraph suggest, and as will be discussed in the next section, magic terrifies because it is a substitute for the will of God. Having made that substitute, having displaced God, we now live in terror of him. Paragraph 10. There is no substitute for the will of God. And now we'll go down and read footnote 126. Magic acts as a substitute for the will of God because magic is what we use to keep ourselves safe and solve our problems. Whereas in truth, it is God's will that keeps us safe by guaranteeing that all danger is illusion and solves our problems through the work of the Holy Spirit. Back to the paragraph. In simple statement, it is to this fact that the teacher of God devotes his day. Each substitute he may accept as real can but deceive him, but he is safe from all deception if he so decides. Perhaps he needs to remember, God is with me, I cannot be deceived. Footnote 127, this is a suggested idea to use as a response to temptation to rely on magic. In context, it means because God, my real safety, is with me, I cannot be deceived by this false source of safety, like Tamiflu, my own attempt to keep myself safe. Like most of the workbook lessons, it is in iambic pentameter. I'm getting good at saying that. Sorry. Okay, back to the text. Perhaps he prefers other words, or only one, or none at all. God is with me. I cannot be deceived. Yet each temptation to accept magic as true must be abandoned through his recognition. Not that it is fearful, not that it is sinful, not that it is dangerous, but merely that it is meaningless. Recognizing that it is rooted in sacrifice and separation. Footnote 128. Magic is rooted in separation from God in that it places reliance on the separate self rather than on God. Perhaps sacrifice is meant here in the sense given in section 13 of the manual, the cost of believing in illusions. This would mean that magic is rooted in the sacrifice of the true safety offered by God's will. Back to the text. Two aspects of one error and no more. He merely chooses to give up all that he never had. And for this sacrifice is heaven restored to his awareness. Is not this, paragraph 11, is not this an exchange that you would want? The world would gladly make it if it knew it could be made. It is God's teacher who must teach it that it can. Teach it that it can. Okay. and so it is their function to make sure they have learned how to make it. No risk is possible throughout the day except to put your trust in magic, for it is only this that leads to pain. Trust in other human beings, trust in medicine, trust in work, trust in anything except God. There is no will but God's. 129. This is lesson 74 in the workbook. I did so well up until this point. Now I'm garbling everything. There is no will but God's. His teachers know that this is so and have learned that everything but this is magic. There it is. Everything but this is magic. All belief in magic is maintained by just one simple-minded illusion that it works. All through their training, every day and every hour, and even every minute and second, must God's teachers learn to recognize the forms of magic and perceive their meaninglessness. Fear is withdrawn from them, and so they go. And thus the gate of heaven is reopened, and its light can shine again on an untroubled mind. Thank you so much for joining with me in the conclusion of section 16 of the Manual for Teachers. How should the teacher of God spend his day? I love you. Have a beautiful day.